Hello and welcome, you magnificent bastards. How are you all going? As the tunes play out, such a great intro tune. How good is that? It's an absolute pleasure to be joined by each and every one of you, whether or not you are one of the lucky 15 who made the lobby. And congratulations to those who did get in. That's the first race won for the night. And of course, if you're viewing, I absolutely love you and appreciate you being here. You're a dead set legend. It doesn't matter what anyone else says about you. Happy FuguZ Day. Welcome, El Presidente Piosco. We got Mojo. We got Chris Redbeard. We got all the big dogs here. We got Bile Riser. Stan the Man. Teach Babes. Mate, Hippie Heads here. Mark, hello. Aussie Mike. Random. All the boys, all the lads, all you absolute bunch of lads. Pleasure to be joined by you guys. Let's have a good night. It is the FuguZ, the second last round, the penultimate round, round 4, coming to you from Sardegna Road Track C, the shortest of the Sardegna tracks you can select. And look, this track has copped a little bit of criticism for being maybe a little bit uninteresting, not too much going on, not a heap of overtaking opportunities, but it's one of those tracks that the difference between being fast and being slow is very important. It's a little bit like a go-kart track through a lot of it. You've got to be holding momentum. If you don't have momentum, you lose so much time. There's a couple of key corners, and if you don't get out of them on time, you will literally lose 3 or 4 tenths just down one section of the track. So pace is everything. Fuel burn here is high because you are on the throttle a lot. So whereas the previous round fuel wasn't really an issue, you were off the throttle quite a lot and half throttle through the S's and everything. Tyre wear is an issue. Again, it's one of those things you don't need your tyres to be too worn. You don't need them to be 3/4 worn to be a problem. As soon as they're sort of a third worn, you really start to notice it in your lap time. By the time they're half worn, it's actually pretty hard, and it's easy to fall off the track once your tyres are really lagging. So by lagging, I mean worn out and not gripping and understeering. It's as I say, it's a bit of a unique track, and whilst, yes, there's only 2 overtaking opportunities, one of which is the last corner, which is a pretty hairy and sketchy corner itself, I think there's going to be some amazing overtakes there. I'm looking forward to watching the replay. I have deleted out all of my replay library, which has been full for the last 2 rounds. I've deleted a bunch of stuff so I can save these replays. I'm really looking forward to it, especially some big overtakes, because you're going to have to pop out side by side into the last turn to get the inside line. It's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. Hello, Mart. How are you? We got Mart in the chat. G'day, Mart. El Presidente, that's it. Wow, what an absolute stream this is already. I'm excited. I'm pumped up as hell. Second last round of the FuguZ Championship. Then we're going to have 1 or 2 weeks off, get straight into the Super Formula, which I'm looking forward to. I'm a big fan of open wheelers, and I think that's going to be a pretty damn good championship. A little bit different, so I've always run with these championships 2 20-minute races. We did have one exception there. I'm trying to think which cars they were. I can't remember if it was the Jags or the Astons, but one of them we did have a longer race. But next season for the Super Formulas, you can expect much longer racing, even as far as an hour. So that is where it's going. Keep an eye out on the website for the details. Speaking of which, quick apology for those checking the website for updates on round 3. I unfortunately didn't have a chance to put the points up. I didn't manage to get any pictures up or link the video, so the website has been untouched since the end of round 2. That is going to change over the next couple of days. I will be updating it as at the end of round 4, so we can all see the points coming into the final round. We can all see the races, the replays will be there, and that's what I'm after, so looking forward to that. The second last bend is crucial to the last corner. You're 100% right, Piosco, and I tried to practice a bit of a wider line through that second last corner to almost simulate that overtake into the final turn, and it's really hard. There's not a lot of grip out there, so I think that whilst, this track doesn't have a huge amount of overtaking spots on it, I think that when we see them happen, they're going to be pretty amazing. That's my hot tip. I think people are going to ultimately enjoy it. I've got a sneaking suspicion. I could be wrong. And hey, if after this race people are like, that track sucked, it was boring, I wouldn't do that again, so be it. I'll accept your feedback. And yeah, I mean, we're just going to see how it goes. But I got a sneaking suspicion people are actually going to enjoy the racing here. And I think that pit strategy, I know I've said this the last couple of rounds, but I really think pit strategy, fuel conservation, tyre conservation is going to play a huge part. And I suspect those of you who are really fast in the first couple of laps may not be fast by the end of your stint. I'm going to try a couple of things myself, see how they go. Look, if I go well and I can fight for the victory, then good on me. If I can't, it's all learning experience. The fun thing about these slower cars, hey old man, how you going? The fun thing about these slow cars is there's a little bit of room for experimentation. This is the first series of 2019 that I've run. I didn't start till sort of the midway point of the year. We're going to have a super formula, and there'll most likely be one more series running through before the end of the year as well. So I'd like to get 3 series in if I can. And the whole idea is this is just starting out nice and slow. We're in slower cars, we're using smaller tracks. This one here, you're looking at sort of somewhere between a minute 2 and a minute 5, depending on if it's qualifying or race time. So it's not a huge lap, but they're all sort of fairly similar between this championship. So it's going to be cool. Tyre wear is no problem here. I agree to a degree, Shannon, but what I did notice is that you don't need that much tyre wear. So you are correct. You would easily do a full stint on a set of tyres. However, you really... if things get hard, you get a lot more understeer when the tyres are sort of only a third worn. I noticed straight away there's a lot more understeer. Your lines that you take are so much more crucial. If you miss a turn-in point, you're going to understeer straight off into the wall. Lots of mistakes are going to be had on tyre wear. So whilst it's not a high tyre wear track, I think it is a track that's sensitive to any tyre wear, and they become quite hard. Not at the rear end. The rear end's totally fine. This car, for some reason, doesn't have enough grunt to really kick the back around. But that understeer, because there's so many fast-flowing corners, if you miss a turning point, you're going to suffer. So I've got a couple of strategies lined up. I have no idea if they're going to be good or bad. I'm going to give them a crack. Who cares? Sabdikan, remember to join the race his first time round. Absolutely. Thank you for that tip. That was one of those moments. It was fun. We got to I got to commentate, and you guys got a better view of the race anyway. So arguably it was even better. But hopefully I'm a part of it. Hi. Oh, okay. Here we go. Antonich Tuber. How did I go? Nailed it. That's how it went. Absolutely nailed it. Antonich Tuber. How's that for a crack? Anyway, great to have you here. Welcome. Great channel. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Tyre wear is no. And I've got a new subscriber there as well. I've missed who it was. Unfortunately, it might have been Antonich Tuber. Who knows? Welcome to whoever it was. I didn't quite catch that fast enough. It's only a very small screen up the top left-hand corner that I can actually see of this stream itself. It's only sort of that size. So when the little notification pops up in the top right-hand corner, it's kind of hard to detect. You're trying to read it as well. Hey, Speedy Chicken Man. I see you in the lobby. So we've got the usuals here, and it was Mine Nicholas. That's super hard to read. If I got that wrong, I'm sorry. But welcome anyway. Great to have you along. And Nailed, thank you very much. Antonich Tuber. I might even just call you Tuber. Would that be cool? Like, who doesn't love a good tuber? I'm going to go out and do a couple of practice laps. We've got around about 5 minutes or so. Actually, I'm going to leave them in so I can hear any subscribers that come through. I hate to miss that. And when I take those little earbuds out, even though I'm not talking to anyone, I do end up in that situation where I can't hear things come through. So... G'day, Melnick. I think the last part was Nicholas, wasn't it? Melnick Nicholas, maybe? Either way, welcome. Great to have you along. I'm going to go and do just a couple of quick flying Paraki laps. Get myself ready for qualifying. I will be entered in the race, and then I'm going to roll through in around about 5 minutes' time. So I'll give myself, say, four decent laps to have a bit of a Paraki. Oh, Unter is fine too. Unter. Make sure I'm not getting anybody's way on the way out of the pits. But yeah, there's just a few corners, like even turn 1 I find once tyre wear has picked up a little bit. This one here, to try and get that right, once you've got a bit of tyre wear on board, it is tough going. So as I say, I'm going to experiment with pit strategies. I'm not really in the championship hunt Even if I was, I'd probably just commentate a race or two, which I've now already done because of round 1 last week. I don't really want to feature in the championship, in the top echelons of my own championship. So we'll just see how we go. This is such a fun car. This is amazing. I've thoroughly enjoyed all 3 rounds so far of this series. I can't see that the last 2 rounds are going to be any worse. Right, here we go. It looks like Hippie is in his skippy head. Such good livery. How good are the liveries? Most of which Ryan did. Shout out to Ryan. But there's also some custom liveries. And what I like is everyone's kind of kept it to that vintage, that theme that we've had. And I think it's made them look a little bit more special, sticking to that kind of 70s racing livery type schemes with the big round numbers on the front. Looks awesome, and I couldn't be happier as the organiser. Don't want to feature in my championship. Wins. I don't mind taking the odd race win, Piosco. What I just didn't want to do is really be part of the top. I don't want to be in the top 3 at the end of the season. I think I've already done enough with my lack of skill, talent, ability, and also just all-round usefulness by missing. Oh, that's not what you want to do, is get out in the marbles. Right, so not a great start there. Revolver dives out of the pits. Ghosted at the last second, but I think I avoided him anyway. But yes, I suspect what we'll see is a fairly timid and quiet start to the races. Turn 1's fairly nice on this occasion. We don't have one of those bottleneck, really slow turn 1s that is going to send people absolutely dead. I think it's going to be towards the end of the stint, when people are dealing with a bit of tyre wear, that we're going to see some mistakes being made by people. I know just from the little bit of practice I've done myself, tyre wear is going to play a bigger part than what some people might expect. And the last turn and the first turn, the 2 overtaking opportunities, that's really where tyre wear kicks you in the arse a little bit. What's going on, Rory? Big welcome. Great to have you along. You're up to a little green CR now. That's what I love to see. Thank you for being a member. Thank you to all of my channel members, actually. I really appreciate each and every one of you. The dive bomb. Here comes Mojo up the inside. Speedy knew better than to cross me. Times here are competitive. I don't think I'm going to qualify that well. I haven't done a huge amount of practice, but I'm really enjoying this track. I think whilst it's small, I think the cars are fairly underpowered. They're only M300s. I think these little tracks work well with a slower car. Of course, the Super Formula series that's going to be coming up next, they will be on much bigger, faster, more Formula 1 style tracks, which I think will be really enjoyable. It'll be a total polar opposite series to this one, whilst it'll follow the same 5-round kind of setup. I just think to be a part of and to race, it's going to be totally different. So let's get FuguZ, absolutely. But at this stage, I'm thinking I'm going to try a tactic in race 1, and that way, if it just doesn't work out for me, I can always go back to the safe option in race 2. How are we going for time? I think it's just about time to start qualifying, guys. C was a great choice out of the 3. Yeah, I mean, I almost went for B, and I tried it. I did try B, a little bit of testing and such, and I just didn't think it was that good, so I'm going to exit. Everyone's ready, everyone's logged in. I think it's time to go to qualifying. Let's get this done. Let's get this underway. Yeah, so I almost went with B, but I just think this track, I know on the surface it probably doesn't look that interesting, that exciting, but I really do think that at the end of this, people are going to say they enjoyed this round. That's my hot tip. That is my hot tip. But it is time for qualifying. Let's get amongst it. What did Ranger say? Just shout out to everyone to be careful to try not to put someone into the pit wall on the front straight. Yeah, absolutely. And look, we had a little bit of niggle, I think, in round 1 and even round 2. But last round, round 3, I thought was pretty decent. There was no real niggle to speak of. That's not to say there was no... that's not to say that there was no incidences. But it was nice to see a little bit less niggle from people. Because whilst, you know, people practice for this series... it is supposed to be a fun series. People are supposed to be here having fun, and I know winning is fun. I know coming in the best position you can be is fun, and getting your race ruined by someone else is not fun. But at the same time, you know, we're not racing for FIA points. There's no trip to New York on offer here. So let's try and take it seriously, but also not too seriously, if you understand what I mean. What's up with your boy at the live finals? You're talking about Cody. Yeah, look, he shit the bed. I think he should have spent more time watching Daniel Ricciardo and less time watching the Australian cricket team rub sandpaper on the cricket ball. I think he's got the wrong end of the stick there. His incident got overshadowed, but it was a really shitty stint. Sorry if Cody's watching. You know what you did. It was average. You got punished for it. He copped a 10-second penalty, which I think was fair in the end. So I'm just going to be going for a banker here, not going to be pushing too hard. Just want to get something on the board that is at least semi-decent. And then I'll put the try-hard pants on for the next go-around. Missed my turning point altogether, but not as bad as Revolver, who has slapped the wall there and gone spinning off out of control. That's the kind of incident I expect to see a lot more of when tyre wear is up a bit. That would have been a real life chat for sure. What's going on, Shaheen? Welcome to the stream. That rhymes. I'm going to duck back into the pits. And we'll go again. Got the banker in the jar. Didn't even take notice of what that time was in the end. Nothing too remarkable, but oh, sorry, Super Dragon. I understand now why Ranger got in the way. He was the game actually steers you right out onto the racing line, which is not ideal. Speaking of the racing line, I'm going to get right off it so that other people may... Oh, a bit bogged down in the... Yep. Just trying to stay well out of everybody's way. Revolver, I don't think he's on a hot lap anyway. What's he doing? No, he's not. He's dropping back. Okay. I'll reclaim the racing line. And I'll have a little bit more of a stab on this lap, see if I can't set a slightly better time. Revolver is stuck on auto drive. Gran Turismo Sport. For every move you make in a good direction, you fail to fix the ones that have been around forever. In fact, I'm not sure I've ever heard of anyone getting stuck in auto drive in qualifying. But that's average how the game spits you out. A great entry into the first turn, but not too bad. Thank you for everybody for moving out of the way. I've got Speedy Chicken behind me, which means I'll most likely hold him up. Missed my turn-in point again. I'm going to stop calling it a tip-in point. It's a motorcycle terminology, and I'm not on motorbikes now. I've come in a bit hot in the end. Not great. And I am going to balk blitz there. I didn't mean to. Apologies for that, Mad Dog. I should have one or two more rolls at the dice still, I think. Dive back into the pits. Actually went 6/10 slower than my own lap anyway. Just came in to say hello. Hey, Harry. And give you a like. Can't stay for long. No worries, mate. I really actually appreciate you going out of your way to do that. I understand not everyone can be here for the whole time, but thank you very much. You're a man, a legend, a gentleman, and a scholar. Whoop. Blitz could get sucked behind me again. So I have another crack. Still not overly happy. Is there 3 people with issues? You hate to see it. Hopefully the race gets underway. If we still have 3 people with issues in the race, we'll of course restart the race. And race 2, of course, is going to be reverse order as well. So there's a chance for everybody to come back. I do feel bad for those of you who are having issues, unfortunately. That's one thing Polyphony Digital don't seem to have gotten to. It's probably not my greatest run onto the straights. Hey Hunty the Punty, welcome to the stream. Thanks for stopping by. It's good to be back live. It's been good to make some videos, actually. I've been really enjoying making videos. That's what I got into YouTube for. Super slow and super cautious through turn 1. Probably not my finest move. Danielson narrowly managed to avoid him. Just 2.5 minutes remaining of quali. I cannot seem to get that last turn right at all. I'll cross the line here and see if I improved on my time at all. I suspect I didn't. I should have enough time for one more roll of the dice. But that last turn really bit me hard then. 2/10 down again, so... Geez, I need to pull my finger out, don't I? The FuguZ is FUBA. It does seem that way, doesn't it? Aim goes to there. Sorry, TJ. I really don't like how the game does spit you into the racing line. I should have enough time to get around and have one more roll of the die, though. How's it going, big fella? Not too bad, Hunty. Revolver, I'm sorry to say that, man. And who else? Bile Riser as well. I'm sorry to see that. The race is but long, and I have faith that you guys can come back. I wish there was something I could do to fix it for you, but... This is PD, that's it. They, I think sometimes they need to take stock of what they've got before they worry about adding new features. The new features are nice, but sometimes it's the bug fixes that are even nicer. Team Hazard for the win. Well, I don't think anyone's on Fraga's side after his performance. So this is my last roll of the die. I really need to concentrate here. Hopefully that's a slightly better run. Onto the straight. I did manage to improve my time by 4/10. So, it looks like Speedy Chicken Ranger at the front, Speedy fourth, and myself Speedy Dragon. Things could still change though, people are still running. Chris Redbeard as well, Mojo, TJ. Apologies again to those who couldn't get a qualifying lap done. Unfortunately, there's not much I can do. The mechanic dropped a spanner, that's about it too. And that's kind of what we have to take this as. If you're racing in real life, dozens of teams miss qualifying for various reasons. People miss races for various reasons, or DNF early. I guess the only thing you can do with online racing, that's the risk with online racing, the only thing you can kind of do is when something shit does happen, think about those teams who break down on the last lap of the Le Mans 24 hour. Think about those teams who go to Dakar and roll it 2 minutes into the first stage, and just kind of go, that's racing. You're just at work chilling now? Nice, man. Nice. Well, not that you're at work. That's not nice, but... Is that the playset creaking? It is. There's a few things. I'll show you. Dirt Rally, man. I tell you what, absolutely love that game. There's going to be more content coming up. If you didn't see my last video, check that out. It was actually really fun to make. There is a few creeks starting to drift in. I want to try and tighten this up early, but yeah, that's all. How's that for a noise? That is an unpleasant squeak that this has come in. I might try and find a few spots where it's squeaking, hit it with a WD-40, but I haven't had it that long. And there's a few bits of flexing and squeaking coming on. But anyway, it is time for race. The lights are away. Foot on brake. 5 lights up. Here we go. See if I can get a better start than I did last week. No traction control on. Bagged it up a bit and ended up short shifting a bit too much. So I will lose 1 spot there to Super Dragon. He's got his own custom livery. That's a good looking livery as well. As we all delicately brake for turn 1. I think I might have gone a bit too easy there. Left the door open for Chris Redbeard, who, luckily for me. Now hopefully everyone was able to get off the line. So far, it's all looking pretty smooth from all involved. Oh, Speedy out, very sideways, plenty of drift. I managed to sneak him away around the outside of Super Dragon there. What happened to Biorizer? I've seen him commenting. Just going to try and run with these 3 for now. I've got Super Dragon right behind me as well. And I suspect Chris Redbeard, yeah, not far off the back of him too. So we've got a nice little pack of about 5 cars forming. Oh, I actually had to stay out wide. I thought I was going to plough into Ranger. And that's, oh! And I did go out wide. And unfortunately, I just copped a little helping hand. I was going to miss that tyre bundle, but someone just helped guide me into that tyre bundle. So that's my race run and done well and truly. Back to last. And only start thinking about race 2 now. Just got a little bit wide. I stayed out wide because I thought I was going to nail Ranger. It wouldn't let you rejoin, well, even the race. Biorizer. F in chat. Sorry to see that, dude. Hopefully race 2 serves you a little bit better. Did Revolver get a start? I'm not sure, man. It looks like it. I am 15th, which means with Biorizer out, everyone else must have got a start. But unfortunately, that is me completely taken out of this race very, very early on. As I said, I stayed wide, then I couldn't get grip. I was going to avoid the tyre barrier, but Didn't see who it was. Someone just gave me a nice shove as I replicate the same mistake on lap 2. But someone just gave me a little kiss, which put me head first into the tyre barrier and spun me around. So there you go. That's motorsport for you, isn't it? And I am 4.8 seconds off last place, so there's not going to be much I can do about it. Nonetheless, I will charge on. See what I can do. Rise just left the room. Make sure you re-enter, dude. Hopefully race 2 you'll be alright. First thing I can do is try and catch up what was about a 5-second break to Dingo. I am starting to gain on him, so I'll just see how far through I can get. Struggling a bit for traction at the moment. Not a great race start to me. The kiss of death, that's what it was. It was just one of those things. Unfortunately, I ran wide myself, which got me off the road and off the throttle. And then, wrong place at the wrong time, I'm afraid. And the little kiss into the tyre barrier that just jags out a bit from the wall. As soon as the front end hits that, around I went. Re-entering now. Hopefully it does, man. Obviously you won't be able to join this race. You'll have to wait until race 2, but Junior is out wide, and so is Dingo into the barrier, so a bit of live action coming in as that tyre wear starts to burn. Aussie Mike is next on my Christmas list, 2.9 seconds up the road. See if I can make any impression on him. At least I'm back in the 103s. It's a good start. Aussie Mike out wide in that wall of death that seems to be catching everyone out. Started with me. I think now every lap since then people have been struggling. I'm up to 12. Having said that, I decided on a strategy before this race, and even though the whole race has been thrown out the window for me, I'm going to try it anyway. Because why not? So I am going to be the first person to pit. I predicted I would be. Would have been a lot more interesting to see how my tactic went if I was still up the front with the front guys. It's got amazing spectator replay mode, it does indeed. Be able to just nab Dingo there with the grip from my fresh new tyres. Not really an overtaking spot, but such is the difference in that grip. A little bit too hot. So 5.2 seconds to catch Junior up the road. Yeah, the spectator mode is quite nice to watch. Bowled a bit of a wide on the last turn. But it's not been a bad lap. That's what I need to do. Just if this tactic was ever going to work. And I've done a 102.9, actually taking the fastest lap of the race. So if I want to execute this tactic well, I need to be setting qualifying laps. Shocking start to the race. But let's see what I can do from last. Hit the like button unless you're racing. So when you pit, yeah. Thanks, Piosco. Yes, if you are enjoying yourself, remember to leave a like. That patch of dirt is looking very well mowed at this point. Oh, and someone, Aussie Mike, getting very untidy there. TJ Babe's out wide. I'm starting to expect some pits there. There goes Junior. TJ stays out for one more. I've got a much better run with him there. See if I can get a bit of a suck job as well. And get past old TJ. 102.9 was the previous. 103.4. So I still have some pace on. Up to 10th, but good grief, I've got 12 seconds back to poor old Ranger. Actually, he's just got past Daniel. But yeah, poor old Ranger having to start, I suspect, well up the back after the game itself didn't let him into qualifying. I don't really understand how I went in so hot there. Anyone can join, but don't if you're just going in to spectate. Yeah, true. Correct. So before the race, anyone can join. Mojo and I sharing. He's got Mojo hair sponsorship on the back. Love that addition, Mojo. Good job. Had to bail out of that. I thought I wouldn't try. Oh, Mojo is wide. Showed him the nose. I did bail out. He may not have had the faith in me that I would bail out of that. A little bit too slow into that one this time, but at least I didn't run wide. As it looks like the rest of the field goes in to the pits. It'd actually be really nice if Gran Turismo added like a spectator mode. Where, you know, half a dozen people or so could actually get in simply to spectate, but not take up one of the potential 16 spots. I think it's R Factor allows you to enter purely as a spectator. as I execute the last part of my race strategy. A psychological ram vaulter, something like that. I reckon Mojo would probably agree with you there. He wouldn't have known if I was going to keep going or not. It was a sketchy spot to overtake. I backed out of it, but I'd say he did something similar to what I did at the start of the race. Stay a little bit wide to leave space, and unfortunately there is just no traction. Okay, so I am up to 12th, but I have to push on. 6 minutes left of the race. I have a brand new set of softs. A top 10 would probably be a fairly decent recovery after being 5 seconds behind second last position at one point. We'll have to see what I can do when everyone else is on the bitter end of their wear, their tyre wear. Lots of... there's a wall there. That would have been pretty funny. Reading the chat and just slam headfirst into the wall. Good battle brewing between Revolver and Skippy. Nice, nice. So we've got 2.5 seconds to Junior at the moment. I suspect a lot of people are going to still be on some fairly fresh tyres, but it's about this to the next lap that I'm hoping, if I can actually do decent laps, I'm hoping I can start to eat into that with my fresher tyres. Junior runs very, very wide into the wall there. I am 8 seconds off Staniel. I'm going to really need him to hit the wall if I want to catch that top 10. It's a shame I couldn't have done this tactic at the start of the race when I was up the front in 4th position, but never mind, it is what it is. So 8 seconds was the margin. Let's see what I can do over the next, what I suspect will be 3 to 4 laps. Oh, I'd say Staniel's made a mistake, down to 3.1 seconds now. I'm watching this stream on my phone and also YouTube app on my TV. The phone is around 5 seconds ahead. Don't you hate that? I think if you restart your the YouTube app, it might speed it up. But appreciate you watching on 2 different devices anyway. Every view, every like helps me and the channel out, so I do appreciate it. Daniel runs wide, hits that wall of death, and around he goes. You hate to see it. I've been there myself. Six seconds to Mojo. Can I catch him? I suspect no. I'd have to be going a hell of a lot faster. So that's a 103.0. I did notice Speedy took my fastest lap off me. Not impressed. A couple of tenths under me there. Question is, do we have 2 laps to go or just 1? I mean, Ranger's going to be a fair way ahead of me on the track. I think we'll have 2 more laps. Down to 5.9. It's not going to be enough. I need to be taking somewhere in the vicinity of 3 seconds a lap off Mojo, and I'm not currently doing that. That's a very big wide I've bowled there. Put the heebie-jeebies on Mojo. I am throwing the force at him. I'm going to try and shoot him with mine bullets. That's not going to be enough. I've not really made any impression off him after that horrible run out of the last turn where I think he actually pulled away from me. He did pull away from me about 2 tenths. There is actually going to be 1 more lap. I haven't got my fuel quite right here, have I? It is what it is. Hey, Alvo. GG to you. I'm afraid I'm going to have to do a bit of short shifting. Staniel looks to be the first person to complete the actual race itself. Oh, Skippy and Markwood potentially involved in something of an incident. Oh, I've been caught on the outside there. Defend into that last turn. Punch out. Oh, I've run out of fuel. Right on the finish line. I took my eye off the fuel so I could watch Markwood. I'm going to roll across the line and take 9th. So I'll take that. I was 5 seconds behind last place. I will absolutely take that as something of a success. Top 10. Happy enough with that. Shame I couldn't have been up the front. Congratulations to CRR Blitz. Taking the win over Ranger by 7 tenths. So obviously a nice close battle there. I look forward to seeing that in the replay. Damn you, Blitz. Great race. The Chook man takes another victory. Tej, that was shocking. You didn't enjoy that, mate? Corvan, I just started playing this and I find it to be difficult to increase my times on PS4 controller. Yeah, look, I mean, it can definitely be done, but obviously personally, I think the wheel's a little bit better. Miracle comeback from CR. Yeah, look, it wasn't too bad. Yeah, Junior ran out of fuel, I've run out of fuel, so a few people did. Where did I put my donut pillow? Mojo, I never hit you, man. Gold standard fuel management. Thank you, Power would have been a little bit more gold standard if I got like 200 metres further down the straight. How's the Chocolate Factory doing? What's going on, Willem? Chocolate Factory is great, mate. Happy to have gotten my golden ticket. Fantastic last laps. Excellent. Awesome race, Blitz and Ranger. Fun race that. Let me save the replay. Keen to have a bit of a look. So that one's done. Speedy was great battle as well. So it sounds like the top guys had some fun. It's a shame I couldn't have been. I was there or thereabouts at the start of the race, but yeah, due to reasons. Yep, have saved the replay. That is done. Shannon, I'll double check. Yep, already saved it. Nice. Replay saved and shared. Thank you, TJ. Good man. Good man. That was a great race. Yeah, good, Mojo. Look, I don't think I'll apologise for when you ran off. Oh, you got 5th in the end, Mojo, did you? No, that's not right. Let's have a look at the actual race results, shall we? Yeah, so it was Blitz followed by Ranger by just 7/10. I'd say those two had a really good battle. Speedy, 6.9 seconds back in 3rd position. Super Dragon held out strong in 4th. Chris Redbeard 5th, so good running from Chris. Revolver up to 6th. Which is good. Mojo 7th in the end. Markled 8th. I momentarily overtook him, but I took my eye off my fuel as I was worrying about him. Switched over to radar and didn't see that I was going to run out. So there it is. Skippy Heed can't have been too far back in 10th. So good job there. Stanu in 11th. Dingo 12th. TG Babes 13th. Junior 14th. Aussie Mike 15th. And of course, unfortunately, Bile Riser unable to complete that one. But there we go. Good job. Good job, guys. Good race. Let me change the race settings needed for race 2. Edit event settings. So, obviously, I don't need qualifier anymore. We'll change to practice and endurance race. And reverse order. So, if you're joining for the first time, you don't know how my series run. Certainly in this style, the second race is going to be reverse order, which may hopefully serve me a little bit better for race 2. So let's change event settings there. Now everyone, remember you do need to enter, so if you're going for a quick wee break or a drink break or whatever it is you're doing, when you get back, make sure you do green tick in, otherwise you will not be included. I'll go to race and you'll be stuck in the pits watching. We definitely don't want that. What's going on, random? How long till the race starts? So it is 9:25. Let's say 5. Let's say 5 minutes. What I'm going to do personally is duck out, fill my drink bottle back up. I'll only be about a minute. Get back. I might do one more pracky lap or so. See what's going on in the chat. By which time I think it'll be time to roll over to race 2. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back in just a second. Alright, that was good. I actually really enjoy that track. I think for this type of car, this speed of car, I think it's awesome. As I say, I know people had their reservations about this track. I did see that voiced, and I absolutely take your feedback. As I say, once these 2 races are over, if you're like, that track sucked, let me know. I don't think we'll revisit it in my series this year, because obviously Super Formula Series is the next one to start after this. They're going to be longer races on much bigger tracks, Formula 1 style tracks. I haven't figured the calendar out 100% yet, but you can probably expect to see tracks like Monza, Catalunya, Spa. That's going to be there, so I'll be putting Spa in as the final round. But I haven't set. I've got no set calendar yet, but that's what's going to be it. They're going to be longer races, and I think honestly I'm probably going to model the racing itself after the FIA races that we saw in New York, and that was to force everyone to use each compound of tyre. Now, obviously it's not necessary. You could get through the whole race on just a set of softs or mediums or what have you, but because you are forced to use each compound of tyre, it allows for strategy. How much time you're going to spend. You're going to start on softs, start on hards, and I actually really like that. I think it created a really good dynamic, and it forces people to pit at totally different times. You could have two people fighting for the race win, and yet one of them started on hard and finished on softs. One of them started on the softs, trying to finish their stint out on hards, and the soft is catching. I think it just creates awesome racing. That's what I'm going to try for the Super Formula. I'm excited to do a series in open wheelers too. I haven't done much open wheeler racing. Staniel, you were a gentleman. Hope I gave enough room. Okay, that's good to see. That's good to see. I won the race by using the CRR FuguZ livery yesterday. Nice, random. Kudos to you. My wheel cut out a lot in that race. I lost count at 4. Damn. So more than that, twice in one lap, it cut out. Oh, that is rough, Shannon. Actually, I'm getting nervous. I was looking today, so I think I'm saving up my little YouTube dollars. I did just spend a bit on buying Dirt Rally 2 and a couple of the DLC items on it. That's money that you guys throw in, so if you donated, if you're a channel member, again, all that money goes straight back into the channel. I'm not pulling it out and buying beer with it or anything. I'm trying to get more content for you guys, trying to make better content where I can. The next thing I'm going to buy, and I don't have enough money in the kitty yet, I might end up splashing a bit of my own in there. We'll see how we go. But I want one of those Thrustmaster, what are they, TH8As, I think they're called. It's a Thrustmaster gear shifter. It looks to be really quite good. It's compatible with everything, I believe. You can put it in your PlayStation in the USB jack and set it up as a separate gear shifter. And I know on the PC for iRacing, dirt, stuff like that, it's got it's a 6-speed pattern. And the gates they look quite close, and you can actually dial up the forcefulness. One thing I don't like about it's sitting down there. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not. Probably not, but. One thing I don't like about the Logitech one, it's so flimsy. Like, it's a short throw, but it's so flimsy, and that the gates are really close together as well. It feels like there's a single piece of metal that you are shifting between. It's short throw, but there's no resistance on it. It sort of flops into the individual gears, and it's not a nice shifter to use. The best I had it was by putting opposing rubber bands on it, so they stretch in different directions, and they're both pulling it. I just wrapped a bunch, like probably 15 rubber bands over each direction, so that when you go between third and... I've punched the microphone there. Great YouTuber. When you shift down, the rubber bands are always pulling it back to the center of the actual selector. So between third and fourth, which of course third is directly above neutral in your gears, that becomes like a sequential, and you map upshift to fourth and you map downshift to third. The rubber bands pull it back into the center, and that worked kind of well. It gave a bit of resistance to the shifter, but it still doesn't feel particularly good. So I want to buy one of those Thrustmaster ones. That actually comes with a sequential piece. You take off your 6-gate one, you put your sequential on there, it becomes that shifter. I'm going to have to make some sort of custom rig for this play seat, this squeaky play seat that I've got going on. I'm going to have to make my own mount for it, because the stock one you can buy that actually attaches to this seat is quite low, and I don't want that. If you look at most forms of racing, whether it's inside of V8 supercar, inside of rally car, things that use gear shifters, obviously a lot of things have got paddle these days, but when you do look, the top of the gear shifter is about the same height as the middle of your steering wheel. If you run a ruler through your steering wheel out to the side, this is about where the top of your gear shifter is. So this is where I want it. The one that comes with this seat, it's down here where you'd see a road cars, which is fine for some people, but it's just not what I want. I want it up high, especially because I'll mainly be using sequential, so I can just bash it in and out of the gears. Good fun track, great for N300. I agree, Chris, absolutely. Very worn tyres. Told you tyre wear's a bitch. It doesn't seem like a high tyre wear track, but you don't need that much tyre wear to really start to struggle. And look at Lee Kogan. Look at that, man. I'd love seeing that. It's not a German flag over his CR. It is red and black with the number 1 in yellow in the middle. So, obviously, that is what it is. I don't even know if that's the order of the German flag, but that's what's going on with his logo. Because he's been a member for 1 year. Absolute boss, legend, love it. What's the Thrustmaster code for the shifter? I think it's TH8A. So Tango Hotel 8 Alpha, I think is what it is. come into you smacking your mic, AP. Always a pleasure. Actually, I need to ask you a question, AP. Are you still on iRacing? Are you still getting up to speed on that? Because I may have a question for you to do with it. I have the TH8A. Bang. What do you think? I have it custom mounted to the level of your wheel. Bang. That's exactly what I was saying. So the stock mount, I don't want it down here where you'd see it in your Skyline on road or my RX-7. I want the top of the gear shifter about the height, halfway up the steering wheel. And as I say, you look in rally cars, you look in that have gear shifters, you look in a V8 supercar, that's where the top of the gear shifter is, that's where I want mine. So I'm going to have to make some sort of custom bracket. I'll make a video on that. It should be some good fun to try and get it right, and maybe some good content as well. But I think that's going to be just about race time, guys. What time is the next race? Pretty much right now, so hopefully you're all ready to go. That pit exit, Skippy, I see what you're saying there. That is just the worst thing. It holds your car. You are in autopilot until you are back out directly on the racing line. That's awful. They do need to fix that. That is one thing I didn't notice when I was testing this track out. But other than the pit exit, and I think it does ghost you because of the speed differential anyway, it actually ghosts your car at the last second. I haven't heard of anyone having a massive collision, but it's pretty off-putting anyway. I'm still on iRacing. I've been slacking that. That's okay. I might have a particular event for you to work towards, AP. I might shoot you a message on Discord after this to ask you about it. I also have a hydraulic handbrake, the same level right next to it. Yeah, that would be cool. Obviously not something you could rig up on the PlayStation, but the computer, as long as you've got a free USB port, you can whack your as many shifters and stuff as you want. I know a lot of people use a second sequential shifter, and you set handbrake to just pulling back on the gear, so you've got one for gear shifts. Next to that, you've got a second sequential shifter, you can just pull back, and that's your handbrake. So I know a lot of people do that as well. TH8A isn't noisy at all. You can get a mod that gives it a more aggressive clunk when shifting up and down. That's cool. I really want it to feel a bit more genuine. That's what I hated about the Logitech one, and why I don't use it much. But anyway, it is going to be race time before everybody clicks away. By the way, if you're enjoying the stream and you enjoyed race 1, please do remember to leave a like. Helps me out a heap. We've got a lot more viewers than likers, so I'd really appreciate it. But you don't have to if you're not enjoying yourself. It's easy as. Nice, AP. Nice. All right, hopefully everyone's ready for race 2. I'm excited. Reverse order grid. I need to put my correct weight headphones on so I know what's going on and I can hear the car. Let's do race 2 of the penultimate round of the FuguZ Cup. It's been amazing. I'm loving these cars. Down to 3 races to go, and it's about to be 2 races to go. So let's race start. I think everyone's everyone's green ticked in. They got the number. Let's do it, people. Let's have some fun. Hopefully I can not shit the bed like I did in race 1. So that's the next thing I'm saving up my little YouTube kitty for. That's the next thing donations and memberships are going towards, is buying one of them and the necessary materials to connect that to my rig, which I'm going to do a video on and show you guys how it is. And I'm nearly ready to do my review video of... Oh, actually, that's what I was going to say. But after this race, remind me to show you what's going on with my G29. I'm starting to get super nervous, but it works now. Let's do it. Race 2. Good luck, people. Let's keep it nice and tidy. Reverse order. 5 lights out. And for some reason, my car just sat on the line. Staniel did exactly the same, so I'm going to get absolutely swallowed up off the start. I don't know what happened there. The car just didn't go. Stans did exactly the same thing as mine. So anyway, my higher starting position is worth precisely nothing. Here we go, turn 1. Let's keep it nice, people. Let's leave lots of racing space. Plenty of contact. Contact is okay. People getting punted off is not okay. Here's the corner that bit me last time around. Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice. Shame on me again. Oh, that's a big hit into the wall from Stan. Aussie Mike's out into the wall. I've got someone next to me. That was Blitzy. I'm glad I didn't swing left. I almost swung left to avoid him. Would have put me right in the path of the big black chook you can see up there. Gonna keep this inside line. I'll tuck back into Ranger's slipstream there. Not in a mad rush to overtake Ranger and Blitz. We know from race 1 that they're the fastest guys on here, so I'm in no mad rush. If I can just follow them through, I'll be relatively happy. Nice and gentle down into turn 1. But I love the reverse order racing as well. I think it throws up some unexpected results and it keeps it challenging, especially for people like Blitz and Ranger in front of me who are doing so well in the championship. I can see an incident ahead, someone bouncing off the walls. Chris Redbeard's had a bad go of it. Blitz is in the middle of it. A bit of an impromptu overtake there, but I didn't do anything. I didn't actually set out to overtake Ranger, but nonetheless, I kept it together. I didn't run wide. I didn't yeet into the side of him, so I'll chalk that up to a success, albeit a nervous success, but nonetheless. Mark would shut the door on me there. I did hope to sneak up the inside. He saw me coming, defended well. That's the corner that was catching everyone out in race 1, especially once the tyre wear kicked in. We've got Ranger behind me, so I'm going to keep one eye firmly. And I might just get behind Blitzy here. Follow him through if I can. Tuck in behind Blitz. Dingo doing well up in 6th position. But no, pretty happy not to yeet into the side of anyone. That's why it's good sometimes to be behind people like Blitz, because he can create a bit of a gate for you to drive through if you can stick right behind him. He does all the hard overtaking work for you. Brave. Anyone that wants to overtake there, turn 4 I think it is, a very brave spot to try it. Back into that sweet slipstream from Blitz. He's got a great run there. He took a wider line, that's why I sort of went up the inside of him, but it worked well against Dingo, and hopefully he's just going to suck me past. He will. I should be able to get this overtake done nice and gently up the inside. Minutes to go. We are a quarter of the way through the race. You can see Super Dragon just running a little bit wide up ahead. Keep an eye on the fastest lap of the race here. I suspect Blitz is about to take it, since I was on a purple sector in the last split we went through there, and he's been pulling away from me. Who's Dingo? So he's been in the series the whole time, Kogan. He's been just championing along. There you go, Blitzy did take that fastest lap, 103.0. I predicted that because I did a particularly quick one myself, and he was pulling away from me. Did a 103.4, so he's actually 4/10 quicker than me. Ranger's past Dingo as well, 1.5 seconds back. Blitz finds his way past Super Dragon there, who actually I think was 4th, wasn't he, at the end of race 1? So no slouch himself. Oh, someone's out well wide on the gravel. Junior there. He's been, I don't know if there was a little bit of contact as Blitz went past. We'll have to send that one up to the steward's office for Jackie to have a bit of a look. Nice and gentle. Make sure I don't yeet into the side of anyone there. Got very close to Super Dragon, held off on the throttle a little bit longer than I would have liked. It's ruined my run, but that's okay. Got a bit of a run there. Now, I'm going to have to take the wide line through here on Super Dragon, but I have managed to pull that off, I think. So for now, I'll follow Blitzy through. It's out well wide again, going for that long, fast run down the straight. That's how you overtake people. Exactly what he's doing there. I am going to revert back and imitate the same tactic that I did last race. Went quite well for me, given I was 5 seconds off the back of last. Going to be interested to see how this tactic goes for me. I hate that. It shifts into third as you come out of the pits. I'm at the top of second. I always grab for that gear, and because the game automatically does it. The downside to this tactic, of course, I've come out in 13th with a fairly substantial pack of cars in front of me, so I've got a bit of overtaking to do. And I really need to drop some good laps now. Looks like Speedy did reclaim that. Oh, round goes Markwood. That's a big one. That looked unassisted. I think he just got a bit out wide on the grass. Flicked him around. I think Staniel actually tagged the wall there, possibly. Stick to the inside here. Try not to make any contact. Junior speared wide, but I don't think I punted him out there. Certainly on my screen it didn't look like contact, but he's still there. He's still with us, so it's okay. No, Kogan not at this stage. So I've got to clear Staniel and Dingo next. I've got a decent run out of there. Unfortunately, this is not the turn to be overtaking people in. But it does afford me. I'm only going to go one. I'm not going to try and yeet up the inside of Dingo there. That would have ended in an absolute nightmare. I had enough pace, but it was a very risky corner. Dingo, I better leave him some room. Didn't want to squeeze him up against the wall if he was about to peel into the pits. Right, so back to 5th. I don't know if this tactic's going to work. I was 5th when I jumped into the pits, I believe. But why not try something new rather than going for the traditional split the race straight down the middle? About 3.9 seconds back from Speedy, who is flying. He does have the fastest lap of the race with the 102.9. Nice and tidy lap there in racing conditions. So he's got pace up, Speedy. Ducks into the pits. And of course, Blitz, hoping for yet another double. 8 seconds up the road, having not pitted. So do you have to pit? No. No, there's no rule that makes pitting compulsory in this. However, you just won't finish this race if you don't pit. And that was a tactical move by me. I deliberately set the tyre wear and fuel burn to a point where it was nigh on impossible and Blitz is finally in the pits. Interested to see where he comes out. Oh, what am I doing off the road there? Looking elsewhere is the answer to that question. That's not going to help my lap times. For me now, I just need to be clean and as fast as I can on the tyres that I have. What's the key to this one? So far, pretty happy with this. For the last few laps, I've kept it very consistent, relatively fast. Bit shonky through the last turn. But I'm okay to run wide there. This time I am going to need fuel. The observant amongst us will see that I did just put in more fuel. Of course, now the problem is I've got to go. No one else is pitting for the rest of the race. That has put me down to 8th position and a full 7 seconds off the back of Speedy. So I've got to go. And most of my success, if I have any, is going to come in a couple of laps' time, where I'm hoping my fresher tyres will really come into play. What's happening on first? Shock horror, Nick. Welcome, by the way. Actually, I think I saw you earlier on, didn't I? Maybe? Anyway, welcome. Great to have you here. Yes, it's always a bit of a surprise to see me in the lead, but it was just temporary. I'm not sure it was the best tactic in the world, but hey, I don't mind being the guy that tries something a little bit different in this series. Again, good, fast, consistent times. Down to 6.8 seconds to Speedy. Not sure if Speedy's had any dramas himself. He's not as far up as I thought he might be. Super Dragon currently in the lead, with Blitz chasing him down, Ranger behind him. Be interested to know what the gaps are up there. Down to 6.7, so definitely taking chunks off Speedy, but I just don't know if it's going to be enough. We've got about 3 laps remaining of the race. And 3 minutes left of the race itself. Down to 4.9 seconds, so I am coming. Oh, TJ's had a real bad time again. He runs horribly wide. I'm going to try and... Oh, he's moved over. I tried to stay to the inside. I suspect he's run a bit deep in there. Yeah, into the wall. He's not had a good time there. I've actually gone way too slow through the last turn. Poor old TJ just making it work. Not a good lap. Back to 5 seconds from Revolver now. Minute and a half to go. I'm not going to be able to do much about it. Down to 4.5 seconds, so I don't think the two-stop strategy was the winning strategy, but it's kept the race fun for me. I've actually had a pretty good time so far with what I suspect will be 2 laps remaining. This time I have plenty of fuel, so I won't be running out on the line again. 103.1, so times are there. I just don't think the two-stopper. I don't think the race is quite long enough to make the two-stopper work for me. But if I can catch Revolver, I can see all the way to 4th in a fairly bunched group. So let's push on. I got this lap and I suspect the next lap, and that'll be it. Oh, boulder wide in that corner that gets everyone. Down to 4 seconds. It's not going to be enough, I'm afraid. I don't need people to have some pretty major incidents or fuel dramas. Blitz has finally taken that lead off Super Dragon. Ranger's still hanging around in 3rd. So it's looking like another double to old Blitzy as we do start the final lap of the penultimate round of the FuguZ series. Revolver looks to be in some strife, possibly out of fuel there. So I'll pick up a cheeky 6th. Hippie Head still another 2.9 seconds up the road. The lap is too short. I think this tactic could work if I had just a little bit more pace. But alas, I do not. So it is going to be congratulations to Blitz to take out yet another double from Super Dragon. Great race from Super Dragon. Ranger in 3rd, Speedy 4th, Skippy Head. Well done, Hippie. Takes a very nice 5th position. I will grab a 6th. My two-stop strategy just not quite good enough. Staniel in 7th, another really good round from Staniel. TJ Deacon drops to 8th, having a few dramas, as was Revolver. Still in 9th. Revolver is protected though, even if he ran out of fuel, because Mark would finish the race last lap. Whew. Still at work, Nick? Yeah, fair enough. Same Coke, and thanks for joining, guys. You missed all of race 2. Ah, no good, Piosco. No good. I had a great race anyway. Got a clean race bonus. That's unlike me, isn't it? That was interesting. Yeah, nice stand. That was good, man. Speedy pushed off at turn 1, lap 1. Come back to 4th. That's really good, mate. Congratulations. Helped off the track. Remember to leave a like, guys. I know a lot of people sort of tend to bail right now. Remember to leave a like. Wow, push. Yep, done that. Helped off track a couple of times. Helped myself once. And then controller disconnected and lost audio. Biorizer, could you have had anything else go wrong tonight? You missed race 1 because of connection and PD and whatever else. First podium, baby. Nice. Oh, nice, Super Dragon. Is that your first podium? Congrats, man. That's awesome. Sorry about turn 4 incident, Aussie Mike. Misjudged braking number. Dragon, nice second. Master stroke, fuel saving there. Absolutely. And that's what this was about, was fuel saving. And that's part of the reason why I was keen for that second. Let's have a look at the actual official race results. So Blitz does take the double yet again as he steams on towards what I suspect will be a series victory. We'll see. We've still got 1 round to go, and he hasn't locked it away. But he's going to be tough to beat. Super Dragon, congrats. Second place, great fuel saving there. Ranger coming through in 3rd, just a few seconds back. Speedy in 4th, great recovery from him. As I said, Hippie, great 5th. Staniel 7th, TJ 8th. Revolver in 9th, Markwood 10th. Mojo in 11th, Chris Redbeard 12th. Biorizer in 13th after a myriad of issues that he's had. 14th to Junior. Aussie Mike down in 15th. And Dingo makes up the 16th position. Crap round, no pace, quality issues, wheel cutting out of fuel in race 2. Don't know how. No good. You had an absolute Barry Crocker. A few people did. You fat thumbed your X button while trying to fuel, so I had to make another stop. No good, Chris. So there you go. You and I wasn't the only person that did a 2-stop strategy. I guess the idea behind my strategy was absolutely no fuel saving, no tyre wear saving, just dead set, push as hard as I possibly could to the very end. Let's save that replay. I'm looking forward to watching them back. Well, I mean, feel free by all means to let me know what you think. I'm keen for feedback, but I actually really enjoyed that. I thought that track at that speed car, brilliant. Enjoyed both races. Go the Bombers, Dingo. Incorrect, sir. West Coast are going to flog them. Sorry for the T1 tickle. 50-50 though. As long as there's not too much... Yeah, why dirty up the chat with that trash, Super Dragon? Thank you. Thank you for boxing that one. That's nice. That is nice, Super Dragon. Yeah, getting much respect and well deserved too. All good. That was the flavour of the night. 2-stop strats, full send, full time. That's exactly it, AP. I thought no one else is going to do it, and they didn't, except for Chris Redbeard, and that was involuntary. I actually divided it up. I thought this is going to be a 19-lap race. So I'll pit at the end of lap 6 or 7. Then I shouldn't have to refuel, and I didn't. Both races, I was able to punch it through. Race 1, I just underfueled slightly, and race 2, I stuck with the same strategy. I thought, why not? Let's go balls to the wall, no fuel save, no tyre save, just drive it like you stole it. If I had a touch more pace, I might have made it work. But the reality is when I pit twice, I'm losing a big chunk of time, so I really have to make it up on the track. And I think maybe there just wasn't... It's such a small track, I'm not able to go 2 to 3 seconds a lap faster, which I think you kind of need to make up a full pit stop. So another great night. Well done, everyone. Absolutely, Mojo. Well said. That was awesome. I had a great time. I had a really good time, actually. Second last round of the FuguZ series. If you are new to the stream, you don't know what's going on, it's a 5-round series. You can get all the details on my website, www.charlieroscoe.com. That is not yet updated. It's only valid as at the end of round 2. So we'll be updating it over the next night or two. I have to work all the points out, and I have to double check last week's. I think, was it Ranger or Revolver? One of those two did end up working the points out for me, but got it a bit wrong. So I'll double check last week's. I will add on this week's. I'll add the 2 streams onto the website as well. And some pictures. I know Ranger put up a bunch of pictures I'll grab. Mojo's been doing a few here and there. So shout out to Mojo for my thumbnail for the first 2 rounds. And Ranger for this round thumbnail. In fact, the first 3 rounds I think were all Mojo. You have a black livery. So keen for the last round. The last round's going to be great. Now, I'm pretty sure... I'm going to double check this before I make a fool of myself. But, I need to show you what's going on with my steering wheel. Don't go anywhere. And I'll show you why I'm concerned. So I am... The next thing I want my YouTube money to purchase, when I get enough in the kitty, is one of those Thrustmaster TH8As, which I'm really looking forward to. 6-speed, good gear shifter, as well as a sequential snap-on piece. Compatible with the PS4, you can run it as a USB gear shifter. Compatible with the PC. They don't work on Xbox. I don't care. I don't play any racing games on my Xbox. In fact, I don't play any games on my Xbox. It's just kind of taking up room in the lounge room. Hasn't been plugged in for about 3 months. I should sell it, shouldn't I? Yeah, so Brands Hatch, the full Brands Hatch Grand Prix circuit is going to be the final round. That is always an awesome round, which is why I put it last. It's a lot of fun, but it is difficult to overtake on, and that normally causes some dramas. It's a slightly longer track. It's going to be one of the slower laps we do throughout the series, so that's going to be good. Done, broke your wheel. So let me explain, now that the FuguZ stuff's out of the way. Thank you to everyone that joined. BioRiser. Prize money to be divvied up between the top 6. Awesome, BioRiser. Good work, man. Much appreciated. You're already a member too, so going above and beyond. You guys really... I'm actually going to be doing a member update this week, so keep an eye out for that. But getting back to this G29, this has been a faithful beast for me long before I started this YouTube channel. I don't know how long I've had it. I want to say 4 or 5 years. It was still quite new when I purchased the wheel. It's done a lot of Ks. It's seen a lot of hard work. It's had a lot of love, but there is some flex in this steering wheel. But I'm going to show you something, and I'm concerned because I really hope this doesn't shit itself at the moment. I'm not 100% sure what I do. I might be back on the controller. I don't really have that expendable income at the moment to go and buy the Thrustmaster. I'm not sponsored by any brands, Logitech, Thrustmaster, Fanatec, anything like that. So if this shits itself, things could change on my channel. But let me grab this camera. And I'm going to have to run around here. Sorry for those of you who are a bit seasick from this camera movement. Let me go over to that. And I'm going to go to that view so you can see this. Now, I better show you this way around actually. So, in here, hopefully you can see the join of the steering wheel. There's a little bit of light. If I flex this wheel, I don't know if you can see that or not. It's a little bit hard. I'll try and hold this camera as still as I can. There's a lot of flex in the wheel where it pivots out of the Duvalaki. So, that is slightly concerning. I'll go back to that for those of you who are a little bit seasick. That camera's probably not going to be set up right. It's not. Hello, I'm all the way down here. But anyway, that is what's going on. There's a lot of movement. I don't know if you could see it on the camera or not. You probably couldn't. There's a lot of flex in the wheel just here, and that is making me really concerned, because if this thing stops working, I'm going to tilt that down slightly more because I can see already how badly upright it is. I'll fix that for next stream. Not too fast. AP. I'm happy to have made it all the way up to 4th. Absolutely. Catch you, everyone. See you, Chris Redbeard. Thanks for joining me, man. Appreciate it. Piosco, you can see it. I've seen a video of a guy fixing that. That may be me soon. As I say, I really need to keep this alive at the moment, because I don't have... I'm not in a position right now to have to purchase a new wheel for $600 or $700. So, that's about it. It's not a nice way to finish the stream. Such a good stream, such a great race as well. But yes, I am slightly concerned. I don't know if Dirt Rally did it or I've just noticed it today. I think the whole rig seems to be flexing a bit more. I need to tighten up certain parts of it, but The chicken has a G29, he's selling it. Yeah, I mean, I'll look around for a second-hand one. I might be able to borrow one, maybe from Willie in the meantime. I don't know. But anyway, that's my concern. Yeah, leave a like, you crazy bastards. Absolutely. Keep an eye on Oz Bargain for a deal. I really think I want a Thrustmaster T300 next. But, you know, it comes down to finances, what I've got, how I can get hold of it. So, I don't know what I'll get yet. This Logitech G29 has been very, very, very good to me. I always said that next I want to try a Thrustmaster because I've never had one. I had a G27 before this, which I still have, and it does still work. I may be able to get parts off that. I know the base is very, very similar. But Dirt really pushes the wheel. It does, but I'm not going to stop playing it because I freaking love it. And I know that that last video I put up, and if you haven't seen that, go and check that out. It's literally the last video on my channel before this one. Please go and check that out. I actually put a bit of effort into that. I had a huge amount of fun making it. It's part of a series I think I'm going to be able to run in all games, all racing games. Gran Turismo, it's get good in 1 hour. Literally record my first lap. It is what it is, warts and all. No matter how good or bad it is, I record it, show you guys, go away for an hour. You don't see that in the video, obviously. I cut that bit out. I go away and do 1 hour of practice doing nothing but that lap or that stage on Dirt Rally or whatever the case may be. I then come back and record my progress after 1 lap. See if I can get good. I actually managed to land inside the top 100 of the leaderboard. The other bit of feedback I was looking for in that Dirt Rally video, in the second half of it, so not the beginning part, because I think I start the video off showing my initial lap, which wasn't very good. In the second lap, I took a camera. I actually fixed my camera, that one, to the top of my microphone stand, moved that behind me, filmed down at the wheel so you could see the wheel movement and what I was doing there. Interested to know if you guys like that angle, if you'd like to see it more in videos rather than my stupid looking face, because I thought it looked really cool. I enjoyed watching that video myself, and that's always a good start to know if your content's going to be any good or not. Hey Eki boy, what's up man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, the 1 hour of Power Series, pretty much. We'll have to get on to Thrustmaster. Yeah, as I say, obviously I'm not sponsored by anyone, even though I'm talking about buying a Thrustmaster shifter and buying a Thrustmaster T300 wheel next. That's what I want. I'm not sponsored by anyone except you guys who are good enough to chip in, and my wallet. So we'll just have to see where I'm at. If what I can afford is another used G29, then that's what I'll buy. The rally vids were fantastic. Would watch again. With MotoGP I bailed because they were such badly performing videos on my channel. I just kind of went, I'm going to leave the series there because I'd have to build up a whole audience. But the thing with Dirt Rally is I'm absolutely loving playing it. I can't wait to play it again. So I'm just going to keep making videos. Just little 10, 15 minute videos of that. So hopefully you guys can get into it. If you want to check it out, please do. But yeah, Dirt videos aren't going anywhere. Even though they're not popular. Now that I know that, now that I don't have any expectations for it, I'm just going to make them, have fun, upload it, and hey, if only 100 people watch it, only 100 people watch it. It is what it is. Barraquette game update scheduled for the 5th on Gran Turismo or on Dirt? Sorry, to ask the specify. Did I say that right, by the way? Yes. Loads of mods for the T300 too. Rally vids, yep, got to that part. As long as it's fun, that's it. That's what I'm having. That's what this YouTube channel has always been about. I don't make any money off this. Like, obviously I do make some money off this, but I can guarantee you I won't break even this year. After the play seat, after the camera, after the new GPU I put in the PC and power unit. So I'm not making big dollars off this. It's a hobby. It's just something I enjoy doing. And I always just wanted to do videos that I enjoy making. I really enjoy Dirt. I want to do more Dirt, so you're going to see more Dirt. If no one likes it, I'll just jump on and watch it myself. Give myself a like, eh? Great idea. Love the Dirt vids. Thank you, BioRiser. And as I say, I can transfer that across to any game. It doesn't have to be specifically Dirt Rally, and it won't be. I literally have plans to do Gran Turismo, one of the time trials. I can do that in an hour. It's exactly the same principle. Do 1 lap, record it, practice for an hour, see where I get to. See if I can feature anywhere in the leaderboard. I don't know, but we'll see. I see a new wheel on the horizon, so I made a contribution towards the horizon. Did you, Volta? Oh, I missed it. Did I miss a donation? Thank you. Anyway, Volta, if you did, I really appreciate that. We'll have to get on to thrust. I read that. Yep. Going through. Great idea, love the, yep. Apparently the TH8A works as a USB shifter on PS4 correctly. Only with a Thrustmaster wheel. I read somewhere that you could use it with G29 because it doesn't have its own shifter unless you plug the other one in. I'm getting used to my VR headset that's made at Wild Racing, and that'd be awesome. That would really, really be good. Let me go to this dashboard. I just want to make sure I haven't... That is not the dashboard I'm after. But yeah, that's where I'm at. I'm really nervous that this G29 is just going to suddenly shit itself, and I hope that doesn't happen in something like a one of the iRacing events, something like that. That would be absolutely, I'd be livid. At least on that, if I have a partner, they can get in the car, they can race, and I can quickly unplug, get the old G27 out. If it still goes, it was very grindy. That's why I bought this, because I was worried it was going to break. But it did actually technically still work, so I might be able to just slap the G27 in should something bad like that happen. But G27 is not compatible with PS4, so it really would be a bad thing. Let me just check this out. Vava, there we go. I'm so sorry I missed your donation come through, man. For the new wheel, thank you very much for the donation. I really appreciate that. Did that not pop up on the stream? If it didn't, I do apologise. But everyone, show some Vava some love in the chat. Absolute legend for the donation towards the wheel. Thank you very much. That's all going to go in the kitty. I still think initially I'm going to buy that shifter, but we'll see how we go. I may end up having to buy a wheel as well. Certainly those two things aren't coming out of YouTube money, but I really appreciate that donation. That helps me out. This lobby playing Wreckfest. Yeah, that would not be fun on iRacing. You're right, AP, and that could cause lengthy delays repairing the car in the pits if the wheel suddenly stops working. But let's not talk about that. Let's just... Old faithful Logitech, it hasn't let me down yet. Worst thing I've had to do is clean the buttons out where the shifters are because it was missing them and double shifting. But if I have to rip the G27 out of the cupboard directly behind me, I can do that. Sing out if you get seriously stuck. I've got my old T150. Thank you, Biorizer. And pedals. Not special, but great condition. Awesome. Thank you, dude. Appreciate that. I'd popped on stream, but not the YouTube chat. Yeah, sorry about that, Vava, but I really do appreciate it. Volto, I really do appreciate that, but I am sorry. Absolute legend. That's going to be the end of the stream. I've been waffling on for so long now. Appreciate you guys that have actually stuck around. I thought everyone would bail. Look, in terms of content coming up this week, I don't know about live streams, but I can guarantee you there will be more videos being made this week. I'll be making one tomorrow night while everyone else is doing their FIA. I don't think I'll be doing that tomorrow night. But I'll be making a video tomorrow, potentially Thursday night as well, and possibly over the weekend again. So... whilst I'm not streaming as much at the moment, I'm hoping that the videos are good content. They're good, entertaining content. Hopefully it's something you guys can actually enjoy. Looking forward to it. Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you again. If you're new, remember to hit subscribe. Hit the bell icon notification thing so that you actually get told when I put content up. Because for some reason these days, even when you hit the bell, I noticed the other day because I put a bell on the channel, even when you turn the bell on, you still have the option of selecting all posts or like just the highlights or some or whatever it was. So I don't understand why YouTube is continuously like, you have to earn people's subscription, you have to get people to subscribe, then you don't, they don't get notified unless they turn the bell on, and then they change the bell so you have to go and switch it to all notifications. I don't understand what YouTube's doing. I'm not going to get into a YouTube rant. I've had an awesome night of racing. It's been wicked. So thank you all very much for joining. Huge thank you to the donations that came through. Means a lot. You channel members, absolute legends. Awesome night of racing. This was good. Yeah, let's continue the chat over in Discord. Get on that if you're not. All the links on the website. I'll be updating that with the championship points and everything over the next couple of days. So keep an eye on that. But that is going to be it. I'm going to play the intro song again because I just love it so much at the moment. I know it's not the outro song. Actually, no, I'm not. No, that's ridiculous. Let me lean over and grab the standard outro song. I'm going to start playing that. But thank you all very much for joining me. It's been an absolute pleasure. I look forward to talking to you all next time. Is that even playing? it is. Thanks, guys. Bye for now. See you next time.